Hello, I'm Kenneth Rolling, the headmaster here at the Rolling Acres Online Academy. I am recording this message in order to share with everyone what our goals and vision are for the coming year. In the 11th grade level, we are adding a new Great Books 4 class. So we previously, as many of you know again, our sequence for Great Books was that we repeated our 3-year historical cycle twice. Once more or less in middle school, once more or less in high school. And there were certain aspects of that that I didn't like. We were always giving the last word to the modern period, right? So at the students most mature, when they were the oldest, at the end of each of our sequences, we were always doing the modern period. And I didn't like that. It's partly because so many of the thinkers of modernity have a certain cynicism and critical approach to everything. There's also the fact that in order to really engage with it, we have to cover a great many thinkers who are more atheistic and more materialistic, and all of these ways in which it's a turning away from the great ideas of Christianity. And it's not that there aren't examples that go the other way in the modern period, of course, but the overarching trajectory of modernity is in many ways negative. And so I had that thought that this is just, I wish there was a different way we might do that. And then I read an article by Joseph Pearce in which he suggested that a great idea would be to read backward through history and to make the last thing you read the first things written. Kind of in a way making this, or having the same idea that I was getting at. And so what we wanted to do in making the change we did is to address this. So the new sequence will basically be that we do first our primer Great Books course, which is an overview of Western civilization. And so it covers a bit from each of the 3 cycles we've had previously. And then ancient and classical, the Christian age, modern times, and then this new course, which we're calling the American idea. And so we stay in modernity. First of all, America is a modern country, and we dig down into that and explore a whole bunch of ideas that are more specifically American. We also then can make our modern course be more specifically European modernity, which will make it line up more nicely with our history course. It's a European history course. It also allows us then to have a history course that goes with America as the backdrop for our American Great Books course. And we then sort of stay in modernity and explore these questions. One additional benefit is that the European modernity course, along with the history course, sort of stops right around the World Wars. And so we can also get more specifically into some contemporary issues with that American idea course. And what then that allows us to do is to stay in modernity, and then in the Great Books 5, the new Great Books 5 course that we'll be having for our seniors, we take all of the questions and we take all of these concerns about modernity and these wonderments about what we should now do, and go back into the rich bed of all of those things that we can discover in the thought of the Christian age and the classical period. Answering these questions about what does it mean to be a person? What does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to be a woman? In wonderful style, I hope. The other nice thing about it, and about this inversion, is that it means at their most mature and at their greatest depth of mind, for the high school period, we are spending that upon what I would say are the better texts, the better ideas. So we're not finishing with modernity. We're going into the questions raised by modernity and then turning back to look behind to find the answers in a way, and culminating the sequence with that. So those were the ideas we had in mind when we made those changes. This also means that we can, for that turn back into the Christian age and into the classical period, accompany that Great Books course with a world history course. And so what these changes mean is that we can fulfill a number of requirements. Our American Idea course will incorporate a significant number of civics readings, and so we'll fulfill the requirement that most states have for a civics course. We'll have an American history course at the high school level there, which is also another box to check off. Many states require a world history high school course, and that's what we'll have accompanying that fifth year Great Books. So there's a lot of benefit in a number of different ways.